There are good case studies we can take from football than less good case studies. Perhaps today's is a less good example. What I do in Age is I look at how football's top clubs develop the skills and their talents which are above the shoulder. Skills like resilience, creativity and decision making. And in today's example, culture, because Crystal Palace tried to change their culture too quickly.
And how can business apply those kind of findings?
It's simple talent development. So, for example, how would you improve resilience in a company or a particular person in your team? So I spoke to the head of sports science and psychology at Chelsea Football Club. And Chelsea are a particularly resilient club. Last season they won the title, but they came from behind about 6 times. So they have resilience as a team, they have resilient players. And he told me the algorithm that he works with to improve the resilience in the individuals and the organisation.
Is it somewhat easier, though, for a football club? I mean, if you're a Premier League club, the squad size is only 24, so that's only 24 individuals that you have to nurture. I mean, you may be talking about hundreds or even thousands across a company.
Well, that's true, but there's also youth teams, academy teams. There's you've got to manage up and down as a football coach. It's not just the 24 players, it's the future side. It's also building a culture. And this is one of the things that we found Crystal Palace struggled with today. They had a philosophy and an identity with their English coaches, the likes of Tony Pulis and Sam Allardyce, and they wanted to change the culture of their club. So they appointed someone who had a totally different philosophy. Now, that's not easy to change very quickly. So I look a lot about how clubs, and indeed organisations, can develop a culture and an identity within their business, and how football clubs can teach them that.
And what about the individuals themselves? I mean, millions of us play football as kids, dream of turning out for our teams. Only a handful of us manage to do it. What marks those individuals out?
Well, I would argue that what marks them out is what is above the shoulder. It's those skills. Lots of people have talent at 18, 19, 20, but the ones that really go on to make it are the special ones. They are the ones that have the edge. Cristiano Ronaldo is a great example. When he was at Manchester United, he was not massively better than Wayne Rooney or Carlos Tevez. But you look at what he's achieved since then, and he's got an openness to feedback, a willingness to learn, a creativity, a resilience, all these skills that have taken him to another level.
But, I mean, you say what's between the ears. I mean, a lot of footballers are not exactly renowned for being the deepest of thinkers in a lot of countries.
Well, you're talking about academic intelligence, but actually, in terms of game intelligence and emotional intelligence, I think you'll find the best ones absolutely are super intelligent. They make decisions incredibly quickly. And football clubs are teaching their talents how to make better decisions. And that is something that really can help in business as well.
But isn't the read across quite limited, really? Because, I mean, if you're a football club, you've really got to only sustain your top-notch performance for 90 minutes a week, or maybe twice a week. Whereas with a business, it's 24/7, 365 days of the year.
Right, I absolutely agree with that, Ian. And one of the big problems for businesses is that most of the time they're performing and they're not developing. Whereas football players, most of the time, they spend 95% of their time training and developing for that 90 minutes once or twice a week. So you're absolutely right. But I think if businesses can learn to spend more time developing, then they will be more successful.
And so if you take the UK economy, where are we now? Are we a Man United or a Crystal Palace or, I don't know, Torquay United?
Probably somewhere in the middle, I would say. But I think talking about economists and the government, there's probably something they could learn as well from how top football clubs approach challenging situations.